they coming along?
Well, not too bad. Quarter decent negative.
Rightio. Get them along to the squadron leader as soon as they're done.
All right. Prints from the last sortie, sir.
Thank you. What are they like?
Very good, sir.
Thank you very much. That's fine. This looks pretty good. I really think we have got something this time. Donald, would you get me the Freihausen file, please?
Certainly, sir.
You know, this is most interesting. They've done a most tremendous amount here. It's a colossal installation now. Let's have a look at that file. Remember, we saw it about 3 months ago. Quite a small little place, nothing much happening. Just a wood. Here we are. You can see just small sidings and an empty wood, practically no traffic, no barges, and nothing. But now, look at it. Quite different. Greatly extended sidings, oil tanks along a row by this railway line, pipelines coming out of the wood where there are more installations, coming down to these barges in the river. It's very big.
Certainly is a peach of a target, isn't it, sir?
It's just what the CNC must have. Now, look, if you'll write the analysis, I'll get on with the intelligence report for him.
Certainly, sir.
Thank you very much.
Good morning. The Met Officer confirms the good weather forecast for tonight, sir.
Right. Then we'll go ahead with our maximum effort. Controller, warn all groups to carry out Operation K tonight.
Yes, sir.
The thing here I think you ought to see, sir.
Yes.
Bomber command to all groups. Targets for tonight. Maximum effort tonight. Town 434, Germany. Target naval docks and barracks.
Let's go and have a look at the map. Controller, get me AOC 33 group.
Yes, sir. That's the spot, sir.
Yeah.
You're through to AOC 33 group, sir.
Thank you, Maitland. I've just been looking at the photographs of Freihausen. They confirm exactly what we thought. I want you to divert one squadron on this target tonight. An experienced squadron which will go in low. That's it. I'll send you the photographs immediately. Thank you.
Give me all stations.
Yes, sir.
Stand by all stations for the AOC. I'm putting you through now.
434. That's Kiel, isn't it?
Yes, sir. You're through, sir.
Maximum effort tonight on Kiel. Objective, naval docks and barracks. I want every available aircraft on this target. Have you got that? Right. In addition, Millerton will provide one squadron to attack the new oil storage and tankers at Freihausen. Freihausen. You'll get full details and photographs from intelligence. That's all.
Right, sir.
Get me the intelligence room, please.
Ask the wing commander to come in.
Yes, sir. Hello, intelligence room. The group captain wants you.
Yes, sir. Freihausen, sir? It's on the Rhine, sir. It's the old man, Jimmy. Yes, sir? Yes, sir. It's on the right bank. About 15 miles north of Freiburg, in the Black Forest.
What I want is target information. The latest target maps. Any recent photographs showing the new oil tanks and storage. Briefing is at 14:30 hours. Got it?
Very good, sir. That's our objective, briefing at 2:30.
That? What's it got that Ham hasn't got?
Well, that's a good thing. I haven't been off the ground for a week.
It's all very well for you. I had a party tonight.
Well, that saved your headache.
Thank you very much.
That's a fine thing. That's the second time in for nuts has been washed out.
If you were a better navigator, you'd go oftener.
Listen, Jock, who was it didn't know whether over Hanover or Hampton Court?
That's a joke.
Joke my eye.
Hello, Bobby. Here's your orders.
All right, thank you.
Operations tonight, fellas.
How do you know?
Oh, I'll get around. I'll get all the gin.
Hey, Conley, what's the odds today?
Wait a minute, I'll tell you. Kiel Wilhelmshaven and the Channel Port, 2-1. Gelsenkirchen, 7-1. Hamburg and Cologne, 8-1. All others, 10. I'll have a 10 on the Channel Port. Okay, you're on.
You can see it's a reasonable target to spot, seeing that we've got the moonlight and these water landmarks. But anyway, I should send your two best men first with incendiaries.
In that case, I'll send in Phillips and Anderson first. They're my two best.
Yes, that'll do very well. The rest had better have AG. These tanks look as though they've got heavy concrete tops. And it's no good trying to draw their fire. They won't open up on you until they're sure you've found the target.
No, I don't suppose they will, sir. There's bound to be an awful lot of stuff around there. There always is around that type of target. It's mostly light flak at that.
I think we'd better have a delayed action bomb in each bomb load. They won't be able to get near the place after that.
Very good, sir.
You better send O'Reilly last to make sure. He's mad enough for anything.
Yes, very good, Tom.
Morning, Corporal. Here's today's orders. A and B flights to be operational. C for Charlie and R for Robert, incendiaries. Rest 4 500s and 1,000 pounder.
What time take off, sir?
Around 7:30. Oh, there's a camera on you for Uncle. That'll mean a flash bomb.
Very good.
What's the target, Sarge?
Just me, boy. I knew that.
Have those barrels for F for Freddy gone over here?
They got over, Sarge.
Okay.
Which turret do these gun barrels go, Jimmy? Front or rear?
They're for the rear turret, Bill. I'll be down in a minute.
Okay.
131.6, 19.6. 131.5, 18.5.
Wind is 22 miles an hour, 309 degrees.
Visibility 12 miles, 3/10 cumulus cloud at 3,000 feet.
Right.
Come in.
Morning, Wilson.
Good morning, sir. Here's the information about tonight's target.
Good. Have we got sufficient dope on it, do you think?
Oh, I think plenty with the photographs.
Good. Right, well, I'll see you at the briefing this afternoon, then.
Yes, sir.
Sit down, please. You're on to a new target tonight, Freihausen.
It'll be roughhousing by the time we're through with it.
It's not as funny as you seem to think, Sergeant Calder. Happens to be an extremely important target. There's one thing first, crew of F for Freddy. Dixon, you're captain. I want you to take Lee as wireless operator tonight and not Catford. Bad luck, Catford. So the crew will be Dixon, Willett, McPherson, Lee, Bell, and Harrison. The rest are unchanged. Now for your actual objective. As you will see from your target maps, it looks like an unimportant railway siding. In actual fact, as you will see from photographs, it's the site of a large oil dump. It's very well hidden amongst the trees, but there shouldn't be very much difficulty in finding the position. And your job tonight, my lads, is to find it and destroy it. Now Squad Leader Wilson will describe the target to you, and I'll say some more afterwards.
Put out the lights. This is your target. Oil storage at Freihausen. There are indications of considerable storage in the wood, here and here. But the principal feature is the accumulation of oil wagons on the sidings and barges on the river. The river, you will see from your target map, runs away to the north when it gets off the picture. The canal runs from east to west for about 3 miles. I suggest that you make your bombing run parallel to the canal from east to west, and that will bring you straight up to the target. Other landmarks are the railway to the south of the canal with the bridge over the river half a mile south of the target. You can get your target maps from the clerk outside the door afterwards.
Any questions? Would it be okay to go in low tonight, sir? I'm coming to that. Phillips and Anderson, you're full of incendiaries tonight. You'll take off quarter of an hour before everybody else, and your job is to definitely locate the target and set the wood on fire.
Right, sir.
Take your time about it, because the others will be following you up. There's no reason for the rest of you to bomb the first fire that you come to. You must definitely locate the target before you bomb. After all, even Anderson can make mistakes. O'Reilly, you'll go in last and make sure.
Okay, I'll do that, sir.
Good man, but remember the tree's very high around the target. Method of attack for the rest of you, I leave to individual captains. As soon as the Hun knows that you found the target, you'll get the usual plentiful supply of flak. There's no good expecting an easy passage, because you won't get one. Remember, don't risk aircraft unnecessarily. Your main object is to bomb the target, and then to bring your aircraft back safely. What's on, Oscar, say?
Not much, sir. You'll find your bomb load written up there. One of the bombs in each aircraft is a delayed action. That is, with the exception of C and R. You don't need to worry about that. It's being taken care of in the section.
Right, what's the weatherman got to show us this time?
Well, the weather should be favourable. Cloud increasing across the North Sea, but with breaks in it. Good visibility. Navigational winds northwest to 30 miles an hour at all heights. Risk of fog at base aerodrome towards dawn. Charts you can see upstairs afterwards.
How about signals?
Wireless operators will get the call signs for tonight from me in my office. And don't forget, as you're well over the other side, you can usually get your bearing from Bal if you're stuck.
That all, Tom?
Yes, I think it's a lot.
You wish to say that, no?
Yes.
Well, chaps, no doubt about it, we've got a good one for tonight. It should be fairly easy to find, and with those water landmarks and the light, you should manage a good run up. Go in and flatten it, and good luck to you.
I'll go along and get the cross signs and signals given.
Okay. We're going to have a look at the gun, sir.
All right, but don't be late.
Okay, sir. We'll be in the crew room on time.
Where's that Scotch navigator?
Coming, sir.
Well, go along and have a look at that course.
Just the man I want. You owe me half a crown.
Listen, I can't pay my mess bill, let alone you.
Well, neither can I. So,
All right. See me after the trip.
righto.
You would remember that.
Hey, some clot's pinched my boots. Come on, pull your finger out. Where's my boots? Thank you.
We had the heck of a party. You may see a big cone of searchlights over here. But I shouldn't let it worry you.
What did you do?
Ooh, being a gentleman, I turned the other cheek.
It's a bit hefty, isn't she?
She is.
Oh, I see.
And we'll probably see our other lads giving the Channel ports a bashing. But on the whole, we'll probably have a pretty clear run right into the target.
I'll give you a good long run up, and you'll have plenty of time to see the target. There'll be no need for a dummy run.
Yes, okay.
All from F for Freddy here. I'm here anyway. Here, sir. I'm here, Skipper.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Well, that's a change anyway. Tell him it's here!
Can see it?
Oh, my God, where's my helmet? Where the devil's my helmet? Ah, there you are. Connect port, sir. Anybody come through yet? No, not yet. Not yet. Right. There you go. Right, transmit, please. Hello, Control. Hello, Control. Path calling. Are you receiving me? Over.
Hello, Flare Path. Control answering. I am receiving you well. Over.
Right, transmit, please. Okay.
May we taxi up and take off? May we taxi up and take off? Over.
Right, transmit. Hello, C. Charlie. Hello, C. Charlie. Path answering. Path answering. Yes, you may taxi out and take off. You may taxi out and take off. Over.
for Charlie, airborne, sir. 19 hours, 35 minutes.
Echo.
Translate, please.
Hello, Control. Path here. See Charlie took off 1935. Over. Freddy, yes, you may take off. Off you go, over. Okay, chaps, here we go.
F for Freddy, off 1951, sir.
Echo. Gunner, can you hear me?
I'm okay, Skipper.
Hello, front gunner, can you hear me?
Okay, Skipper.
Hello, Mac. Gone to sleep yet?
No, I have not.
Hello, operator. Everything okay?
Well, it seems to be all here, sir.
Hello, second pilot. Ready to do some oil pumping?
That's all the second pilot's for.
Well, that's all right. Freihausen, here we come.
Where are we now, as though you're likely to know?
I can't find where we are. We're coming to Karlsruhe, famous for its breweries, you know.
Good old Mac. Let's go down and smell its breath. Hello, everybody. Let me know if you see anything.
Hello, Skip. Searchlights and flag to the starboard quarter.
By gosh, so there is. The natives appear hostile.
Hello, Skipper. The target's about 50 miles upriver. I suggest we make a sweep and approach it down the river. We'll see the canal better then. Over to you.
Okay.
I can see the canal as plain as my face.
Okay, I'll turn around and check up. Any signs of life?
Not a thing, Skip.
I wonder where Andy is. He was going to light us in.
There go the incendiaries.
Alarm! Achtung! Helf, 3 Viertel!
Helf, 3 Viertel!
Heutern, 31! Heutern, 31! Zündung, 3,5!
Zündung, 3,5!
Feuer! Feuer! He's right on the target. I can see the siding.
Okay, stand by. I'm going in a glide.
Can I strafe the flag, Skipper?
Yes, okay. Let's go the 1,000-pounder last, Mac.
Bomb doors open.
Bomb doors open.
Left, left. Steady. Right. Steady. Steady at that. Bomb's gone. last one.
Good man. Bag of nuts or a cigar?
Oh, I think I'll just have a sandwich.
Hello, operator. Will you send the target bomb signal?
Okay, sir.
Okay, chaps, don't worry. Everything's all right. Anybody hurt?
The wireless operator's copped it.
Badly?
No, I don't think so. Only in the leg.
Okay, you take her over, Willow. She seems to be okay. Make height, but don't flog her.
An interrupted message map for Freddy, sir.
This all we've got?
Yes, sir. It suddenly stopped after giving the target bomb signal.
Oh, all right. Well, how's it going?
C for Charlie and R for Robert are on their way back, sir. Several other aircraft have bombed the target.
Oh, good. Better mark F for Freddy over the target.
Very good, sir.
Hello, seen this?
Not so good, Tom. Might be wireless failure, perhaps.
Let's hope so.
I can't get nothing on the set, sir. It's dead.
Let me try, sir.
No, you keep quiet. We'll manage without it.
I say, Skipper, here a moment.
What's the trouble?
Oil pressure's dropping on the port engine. I can't make any height.
Losing any?
No, but I can't make any.
All right, I'll take over. You go back and look after the wireless operator.
Nothing more on F for Freddy, I'm afraid, sir.
Radio's getting a bit late. How's the weather holding?
Not too good, I think, but I'll go and find out.
Hello, Clarepath. Control calling. How is the weather, please? Over.
Hello, Control. Path answering. Visibility is now down to 500 yards. The mist is thickening. Over.
I was afraid of that.
Hello, Skipper. I've got a sight. We're about halfway to Harwich.
Okay, if I can keep her from losing any more height, then Bob's your uncle. Don't forget about our balloons, Mac.
Don't worry, I'll not forget the balloons.
And how's the invalid?
Oh, he's fine, but feeling awful cold. It's the shock, I expect. I had the same when I fell off my bike.
Oh, well, sir, they're all down now, except for F. Freddy, of course.
All right. Call up the Observer Corps and see if they can give us a line on him.
Yes, all right, sir.
And tell all aerodromes to be prepared to light up immediately in case Wellington comes over.
Yes, sir.
That, gentlemen, is good old England. And I must say, I'm glad to see it.
Do you see what I see, Skipper?
And what do you see, my young Scottish friend?
Fog. Dirty, yellow, stinking fog.
Hello, Tom.
Come on, let's get out and have a look at the weather.
Good, Tom.
Get a breather at the same time. Hell's bells, just look at this muck. Hope Dixon gets a move on.
It's probably got engine trouble, of course, huh? Wait a moment, Tom. Is that an aircraft?
Bless them all!
Stop, you bog rat! Stand still!
That's one all right.
Must be F. Freddy in that case, huh? I'll go straight down to the flare path.
Right, Hope.
All right, I'll take over.
Anchor.
Pay attention, everybody. We are over the aerodrome, but I can see practically nothing. The port engine is very rough. We could make a bit of height and jump out. Or we could have a stab at landing.
Let's try it, sir.
I'd go in and land, sir.
Try a landing, sir.
Have a crack at it, sir.
I'm all for landing.
Okay, keep your fingers crossed.
Coming in now, sir.
Right, put the floodlight on, quickly.
Right, sir.
Put the jump light on.
Go and get an ambulance, will you? The operator's copped it.
Come in, Dixon. I hear you made a nice landing.
I hope we haven't kept you waiting, sir.
Good Lord, no. Come and sit down. Well, how'd you get on?
Well, we did a low-level attack. We were over the target at 23:45. Bombs were dropped at 23:53. The first 4 bombs, I'm afraid, fell short of the target, but the last one was a direct hit.
Yes,
that was the big one.
Yes, there was a smasher right onto it.
Caused a heck of a great big fire. Buckets of smoke. Visible, 50 miles away.
Near 90, I should say.
What colour?
Dullish red with black smoke.
It sounds like oil, all right.
I'm afraid I didn't see very much. I was rather busy at the time.
Right. Well, that seems to be all. Good show. Good night.
Good night.
Group intelligence, please. Intelligence Militant speaking. Tonight's operations. The objective is reached and heavily bombed. Large fires and explosions were seen. All our aircraft returned. I'll send you details in the morning. Good night. Well, old boy, how about some bacon and eggs?
In 1943, it was one of our strategic aims to draw as many German forces as possible away from the Russian front and French coastal areas and to contain them on the Italian peninsula while liberating as much of Italy as might be possible with the means at our disposal. As the bulk of our supplies was directed to England for the forthcoming invasion, operations in Italy had to be conducted on an extremely limited scale. Thus it came about that during the winter months, the number of Allied divisions in Italy was greatly reduced. Yet so determined was their effort that they succeeded in holding in Italy a very large number of German divisions during the pre-invasion period. San Pietro in the 5th Army sector was the key to the Liri Valley. We knew it, and the enemy knew it. We had to take it, even though the immediate cost would be high. We took it, and the cost in relation to the later advance was not excessive. By its very nature, this success worked bitter hardships upon each individual soldier, calling for the full measure of his courage and devotion. The response of our 5th Army troops provides an inspiring page in our military history. To these individuals, living and dead, and to those who now continue in their tradition, this picture is dedicated.
Liri Valley lies in the Italian Midland, some 60 miles northwest of Naples to some 40 miles southeast of Rome. A wide, flat corridor enclosed between 4 walls of mountains. In winter, the highest peaks of the Liri Range ascend into the snows, but the valley floor with its olive groves and ancient vines, its crops of wheat and corn, is green the year around. That is, in normal times. Last year was a bad year for grapes and olives, and the fall planting was late. Many fields lay fallow. There are two ways from the south into the valley. One, a narrow pass. The other, a high, scenic road over the mountains. They converge before the site of the ancient village of San Pietro, which for 700 years has stood at the threshold of Liri Valley, welcoming the traveler. The stones of its walls were quarried out of the parent hill from whose slopes it rises. Population 1,412 at the last census. A farming community. Patron saint, Peter. Point of interest, St. Peter's, 1438. Note, interesting treatment of chancel. From the end of October 1943 until the middle of December, San Pietro and the surrounding ground was the scene of some of the bitterest fighting on our Fifth Army front. The Italian campaign had entered its second phase, to push forward again after a static period brought on by heavy seasonal rains. Our battle lines were haphazard as the terrain itself, with its flood-swollen rivers that twisted back and forth across our line of march so that each river seemed like five. And where there was no river to cross, a mountain blocked our going, each peak ahead being a few meters higher than the last we had won, so that each new peak had to be fought for, the hard, uphill way, with the enemy looking down our throats. They had had time to fortify and camouflage their positions. No amount of artillery fire or aerial bombardment could force them to withdraw. That was for the infantry to do, employing those weapons that confine and destroy life in narrow trenches, caves, and fighting holes. It was up to the man with the rifle, the man under fire from all weapons, the man whose way all our weapons, land, air, and sea, serve only to prepare. It was up to the foot soldier to attack a hidden enemy over ground that was sown with mines, the anti-personnel S-mines that fly up at a footfall to explode beneath the groin. Nowhere along the entire front were enemy preparations more elaborate than in the San Pietro area. For San Pietro stands at the threshold of Liri Valley, and through Liri Valley, wide and level, runs the most highly prized length of road south of Rome. By early December, we had taken and were holding high ground to the northeast, east, and south of San Pietro, the Camino Maggiore hill mass being last to fall. An Italian brigade under Allied command had made a vain attempt to capture Mount Lungo, possession of which would have acted greatly to our benefit in the impending action. The Italians were all but annihilated. In view of their excessive losses, further operations against Mount Lungo's strategic heights were abandoned. And it was decided to make a direct frontal assault on enemy positions in and around San Pietro. Elements of the 36th Texas Infantry Division were rotated from position to position, overlooking the valley, so the troops might study the terrain ahead from various viewpoints. Patrol activity was continuous. Day and night, units went out to reconnoiter the ground, draw fire, take prisoners, thus adding to the sum of our information about the enemy. High points, Mount Lungo's 351 and Mount Simucro's 1205 and 950 were all manned in force. The town itself was strongly garrisoned with numerous mortar, machine gun, and heavy weapon emplacements. 4 enemy battalions were dug into a line of connecting trenches and mutually supporting pillboxes in depth that extended from the base of Mount Lungo, northeast across the valley floor to the base of Mount Simucro. Another battalion was organized to defend the high ground northwest of San Pietro. Areas before these positions were heavily mined and held a confusion of barbed wire and booby traps. On the afternoon before, D-Day and H-Hour were communicated to battalion commanders. December 8th, at 0620 hours, the 1st Battalion of the 143rd Infantry Regiment to attack the summit of 1205, having moved up the mountain under cover of darkness, and upon achieving its objective to attack along the ridge to a point northwest of San Pietro. The 3rd Ranger Battalion likewise to attack 950, another feature of the Mount Simocro hill mass. The 2nd Battalion of the 143rd to attack over the terraced olive orchards northeast of San Pietro. The 3rd Battalion acting in support to follow the 2nd at 400 yards. Of the original force to establish the beachhead at Salerno, the 143rd had since spent all but a fortnight in action under extremely bitter weather conditions. At Salerno, at the Volturno crossing, it had taken mortal punishment. The task ahead promised no less bloodshed, yet it was undertaken in good spirits and high confidence. The 1st Battalion began the long, rugged climb up Mount Simocro. As night fell, our artillery opened up, and throughout the night hours, intense fire was laid down on the enemy's main line of resistance. It had rained most of the night, and it was raining at each hour when the 2nd and 3rd Battalions crossed the line of departure. Some 200 yards forward, they encountered mines and automatic fire from pillboxes. Mortar and artillery were deadly accurate by reason of excellent enemy observation from Mount Lungo, overlooking our advance, which continued another 200 to 400 yards. Many men gave their lives in attempts to reach pillboxes and throw hand grenades through the narrow gun openings. The 3rd Battalion was committed. But the advance never got more than 600 yards past the line of departure. Our initial assault on San Pietro had been repulsed with heavy casualties. The attack on Hill 1205, however, was a brilliant success. Leading elements of the 1st Battalion had gained the summit of the objective before a strongly entrenched enemy knew that an assault was in progress. To the right of 1205, the 3rd Ranger Battalion had also captured its objective, but only after successive attacks and costly casualties. For on 950, the enemy was not taken unaware. Counterattacks were to be expected on both 1205 and 950. They were not long developing. first was launched during the early daylight hours, and even as it was beaten off, another took form. Day and night they followed in unremitting violence. The toll of enemy dead mounted with each new attempt. But German prisoners captured on 1205 and 950 said they had been ordered to retake those positions at all cost. In addition to defending Hill 1205, the 1st Battalion, obedient to the field order, undertook the reduction of enemy defenses which were organized along the ridge running west. On the 12th of December, the 1st Battalion was reinforced by the 504th Parachute Battalion, which took over and maintained the defenses of 1205 and 950, thereby enabling the 1st Battalion to throw its entire remaining strength into the assault along the ridge. But the 1st strength had dwindled and shrunk in the 5 days past, and there was now a question as to whether its existing numbers were sufficient to prevail. Reports during the night of the 14th of December stated that the enemy was offering bitter resistance and that the issue was in grave doubt. Meanwhile, on the olive terraces below, the 2nd and 3rd Battalions had twice again attempted to reach their objective. Both times they had come up against a wall of automatic weapon, mortar, and artillery fire. Volunteer patrols made desperate attempts to reach enemy positions and reduce strong points. Not a single member of any such patrol ever came back alive. Attacking forces were furnished excellent aerial cover by Allied fighter patrols. But now and then, enemy planes were able to slip through and to bomb and strafe our positions, which to all purposes had remained unchanged since the first day. To break the deadlock, orders were given for a coordinated divisional attack. The 2nd and 3rd Battalions of the 143rd to proceed in the execution of the original orders. Acting in conjunction, Company A of the 753rd Tank Battalion to attack San Pietro from the east over the high road. 1 battalion of the 141st to attack over the flat valley floor. After nightfall on D-Day, the 142nd Infantry Regiment to attack Mount Lungo. The earlier decision not to attack those strategic heights having been reversed in view of the present critical situation. In preparation for the attack, all 5th Army artillery within range, including tanks and all tracks, was directed against San Pietro and the surrounding area. H hour, 1200 hours. D-Day, the 15th of December. The 141st Infantry advanced some 400 yards from its line of departure, to be borne down and held powerless under the weight of enemy fire. The 2nd and 3rd Battalions of the 143rd advanced some 100 yards beyond their former positions to a point almost directly before forward enemy defenses. And for the 3rd time, they were forced to take such cover as the quaking earth could offer. And the tanks. Orders were for them to enter the town and to locate and destroy the heavy weapons there, which were leveled against our attacking foot soldiers. The high road into San Pietro is a narrow mountain road, and from the beginning of its winding descent in the Liri Valley, it was under direct enemy observation. "16 tanks started down that road. 3 reached the outskirts of the town. Of these, 2 were destroyed, and 1 was missing. 5 tanks were immobilized behind enemy lines, their crews having to abandon them. 5 tanks hit enemy mines within our lines and were thereupon destroyed by enemy gunfire. 4 tanks returned to the bivouac area. After dark, 2 companies, 1 from the 2nd Battalion and 1 from the 3rd, finally succeeded in penetrating enemy positions before San Pietro. But receiving both frontal and flanking fire, they were forced to retire. Company E having been reduced in strength to a handful of riflemen, and Company L faring little better. On the Mount Simoco Ridge, the 1st Battalion fought its way to within a few hundred yards of the objective. But it had paid for ground gained at the rate of a man a yard, and it did not have strength to carry the fight any further forward. On Mount Lungo, however, despite bitter resistance, battalions of the 142nd, in successive waves, kept pushing upwards, until, in the early daylight hours of the 16th of December, its foot soldiers had gained the summit and were wiping up what remained of a stubborn enemy. And that height proved to be a key position in the enemy plan of defense, for even as Mount Lungo fell, the enemy throughout the San Pietro area made preparations to withdraw. Almost invariably, the enemy will counterattack to cover a withdrawal. The first violent thrust was delivered within a few hours. And thereafter, counterattacks came in waves, the roar of the last mingling with the rush and fury of the next to bring. Many companies lost all their officers. Enlisted men came forward as inspirational leaders to rally their battered companies into resisting yet one more onslaught. Our own artillery was brought to fall within 100 yards of our front line elements. After 5 hours, during which the earth never ceased to tremble, counterattacks ended, indicating that the withdrawal of the enemy's main body had commenced. an effort to maintain contact with the enemy, our patrols immediately pushed ahead. Entering the town, they discovered that San Pietro was ours for the taking. The 2nd and 3rd battalions, less than a rifle company in strength, weary to death who were alive, stumbled forward past San Pietro to consolidate gains and re-establish contact with the enemy, now taking up new positions some 5 kilometers beyond. That is the broad shape of the Battle of San Pietro, which was but the first of many battles in Liri Valley. It was a very costly battle. After the battle, the 143rd Infantry Regiment alone required 1,100 replacements. The lives lost were precious lives to their country, to their loved ones, and to the men themselves. For the living of the 143rd Infantry Regiment, more than 100 decorations for acts of valor above and beyond the call of duty. Many among these you see alive here have since joined the ranks of their brothers in arms who fell at San Pietro. For ahead lay San Vittore and the Rapido River and Cassino, and beyond Cassino more rivers and more mountains and more towns, more San Pietros, greater or lesser, 1,000 more. As the battle passed over and beyond San Pietro, westward, townspeople began to appear, coming out of their caves in the mountains where they had stayed in hiding during the enemy occupation. They were mostly old people and children. Townspeople were warned against enemy mines and booby traps, which were in the process of being cleared. Children are able to forget quickly. Yesterday they wept. Today, there are smiles and even laughter. Tomorrow, it will be as though the bad things had never happened. Living was resumed in San Pietro. Our prime military aim being to engage and defeat the enemy, the capture of the town itself and the liberation of its people is of an incidental nature. But the people in their military innocence look upon us solely as their deliverers. It was to free them and their farmlands that we came. Behind our lines, southwest to the sea, the fields are green with growing crops planted after our coming by other people of other towns who believed likewise. The new won earth at San Pietro was plowed and sown. It should yield a good harvest this year. And the people prayed to their patron saint to intercede with God in behalf of those who came, delivered them, and passed on to the north with the passing battle.